G'day everyone, Jason Nunn with an early Friday fishing report brought to you by Fisherman's Warehouse Marine, Sweet Street at Warners Bay. And unfortunately guys, I have no good news. The weather for this weekend is going to fall right apart. That's the early report. Behind me here, obviously you got Salts Bay going out towards the heads, and there's a bit of a nor'wester blowing here at the present moment. Today looks pretty damn good. You got some nice tides coming in also tomorrow morning. Around about 8:45 is your low tide, and about 3:10 tomorrow afternoon is your high tide. And it's a real shame this weather's going to fall apart. Showers are going to move in tomorrow afternoon, and then you got rain Saturday, Sunday into Monday, and really some 25 plus knot winds into Sunday, 3.5 meters of sea. So it's just all going to fall apart. But we've had plenty of blue sky the last few days. It's been absolutely beautiful. Bit of a report from last weekend, obviously off the coast, a lot of whale action. We've seen a lot of orca whale action happening down on the Texas. We went out wide looking for yellowfin. Just a barren desert, that's all it was. A lot of water spouts out there, surprisingly enough, last Saturday. A lot of storms rolling in and around, but very, very quiet. Water temperature out wide at 22.4 to 22.5, so it looked okay, but must be just a little bit early. A few birds, albatrosses, a few gannets, that sort of stuff there. But I think we may have to just wait another month or two before we see those yellowfin come around. Back in on the farm, the boys did jig a few kings down on the Texas, but they were marking lots of fish and they were just a little bit inactive, and obviously a lot of activity down there. But the guys that fished the farm, however, and down on some of those inshore reefs off Nora Head, 72, 60 metre mark, bagged them a catches, snapper, and some very, very good trag got caught right the way through that deep water. And now Saturday was the pick. Come Sunday, everyone went back out, absolutely just shut down. Just got the switch was just turned straight off. On a couple of mates of ours, Duncan and Mr. Riley, they went out there, never got a bite. It was just total shutdown. The current had picked up, and those fish just went straight off the bite. This week, had a chance to talk to Scotty. He's been doing a lot of trapping out there in that deep water. Got some tremendous catches of snapper off that deep water. So the current's fluctuating out there, and maybe after this big blow that comes through, that weather will, or the current will move around a bit and change. But it has been a bit of a problem the last 3 or 4 days, that is for sure and certain. Some really nice reports in on the beaches. A lot of activity up here at the Belmont Blacksmith Stress yesterday. Salmon, tailor all sort of mixed in, particularly through the middle of the day as that tide started to increase. Been a few really nice brim as well. But they're the types of reports that we're getting on the rocks. Good pigs, luderick, some really nice brim and tailor early and late. The inshore fishery, guys, just at the present moment, it's a bit of a doldrum as well. I think it's because of that moon phase in the last quarter. Tomorrow night, I think once we start to roll through that next dark cycle, this inshore fishery will pick up, and particularly after the next blow this weekend, I reckon you'll start to see a lot more fish, because on the weekend there was only a few small trag, a few tailor, flathead, that sort of stuff on those inshore reefs. I reckon this blow is exactly what it needs again to just create that next cycle. The lake itself, there's a lot of fish out there at the present moment. Good mate Wayne Flanagan gave me a call last weekend. Some very nice flathead got caught, particularly by himself and his crew. Steve Gresham was with him. 60s, mid-60s, a lot of flathead in that vicinity. A lot of really nice mulloway now, and good tailor. Now, these bait schools throughout the lake, guys, the northern end, Bolton Point, Valentine, of course, but that southern end, Wangi, Poolba, eastern side and back over Shingle Splitters, Point Wollstonecroft, all those areas there producing some very, very good fish. Just got to look for the tailor working those bait schools, but mulloway and some very good flathead underneath them, as there are quite a few reds in these bait schools. So the lake itself, you'll still be able to fish, obviously today being Thursday, and tomorrow before that rain moves through later in the afternoon. I just think the weekend itself just going to be totally blown out. Been a few kings in the lake as well, and the odd king still down at the bridge, but there hasn't been a lot there. What we've noticed more in the channel, a lot more luderick now getting caught in the channel. And behind us here, Salts Bay, if you are keen to even do a bit of shore-based stuff, if it gets too windy, There's a lot of flathead down through this Salts Bay area up towards the bridge at the moment, bream and trevally. So you have an option, but you will need to use a bit of a raincoat. There have been some really nice bream up on the flat skies of the evening, and that's just a shame that the weather's going to come apart with these really nice tides. But mixed in with us back to Hilly there last night, some beautiful bream, 35s to 40s, but we're starting to see a few salmon, and there was a bit of footage this week of a massive salmon and tailor school pushing bait right up onto the shore at Swansea. So those salmon now, I think they've always been in the lake, but they're really making their presence felt, not only in the lake, but they're coming back into that shallower water. So we're starting to see the whole winter theme kick into gear. And look, I just think you're going to have to try to make the most of it in the next couple of days, because it's just going to be just a blown out event. Anyway, guys, make the most of it. It's just going to be one of those terrible weekends. Again, next weekend, the June long weekend, I'm getting older. I turned 60, so I might do an early report next Thursday and rest up. I'll see you next Thursday.